Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on the Marvel Legends Falcon from the Civil War wave. That's a Walmart exclusive, him and Bucky. So I'll go ahead and do a quick little 360 and then we'll check out the details. Overall, I think this is definitely, out of the two from Winter Soldier and this Falcon that being Walmart exclusive, this is definitely my favorite one. Just for the fact I feel like they put a lot more detail into him. I think those wings are amazing. I think he comes with a lot more accessories, so I feel like I'm getting more for the $22 you pay. Winter Soldier is still very cool. The likeness is a lot better, but we'll go ahead and now check out the details of Falcon. All right, guys. So we're gonna check out all the accessories with Falcon first, and then we'll go over the details. So one thing, he comes with this little mechanical bird. I want to say Red Wing. Correct me if I'm wrong. My memory's kind of fuzzy right now, but I think overall he has this little drone bird that they gave him. It has a decent amount of detail, not crazy, but it's got just the red paint across the top. It's all nicely sculpted. You can see kind of some line work on the top here, and kind of definitely looks like the one from the movie. Underneath here it's just a gray plastic, but it's all sculpted like a little drone. And then we'll go ahead and check out these wings. One thing that's really cool, I'm gonna get a little back a little bit. One thing that's really cool is how these come off. It's very easy. They just plug right there in the back. It's very simple. And then if you want to take the wings off, there's just these two little pegs, one here and here. And you have the two pegs there, and they just, whoops. And they just kind of plug in right there. And then you have Red Wing, I'm just gonna say Red Wing, folded up. You can just plug them in there, but if you have them out and displayed, you can just take that off and it looks like he's, you know, detached. Kind of cool. I think that's really nice. But we'll go ahead and go over the wings first in detail. Overall, I like them with the wings on. I think these are just too cool to not have on. So going over the wings, I think the sculpt looks great. And they're a nice, firm plastic, which is really nice. It feels durable. But it's nicely sculpted. You can kind of see the looking like feathering of the wings, but it's all mechanical looking. It's got the nice red paint on the inside here, along with this kind of more darker gray. It's got kind of, it looks more of a flat gray. I was going to say it has a shimmer, but it is nicely painted and it's clean. Like they're not bleeding out, at least on this one, onto the other parts of the wings. I think that looks really good. Same thing on the back here. They look really nicely done. It's all nicely sculpted. I do kind of like how it kind of bows in. I think that looks really good. It's kind of like he's like, you know, gliding down. And the backpack looks nice. The backpack doesn't really have too many paint details. It's more just that silver plastic. There's actually no paint details besides the Red Wing kind of folded up. I think that looks really cool. On the inside there, it's just kind of more of a mechanical look, but then it just has those two little slots for the peg. And it plugs in pretty firm, but it doesn't sit, I wouldn't say it sits very flush, but I don't know how often you're gonna have it at these different angles. Maybe if you're doing some gliding poses, but even so, head on, it's not too bad, but it doesn't sit quite flush, if that's, that kind of drives you crazy after a while. But see, like right there, it's not in there quite a bit. Anyway, but the wings plug in very nicely. They don't feel like they're going to fall off. And same thing when it goes onto his back. It sits on very firm. Hopefully I'm not spending too much time on the wings. You can see that's not coming off. But very cool. Love the wings. I think those are awesome. But so now we'll get into the details of the figure. So I think he looks great. I really do. I think that's a great likeness of the actor in the movie. I like his goggles. They're nicely sculpted. I think they look really nice, actually. You can kind of see the straps goes all around his head there. He's got the nice red visors. Make sure the lighting. All right, sorry. It's got a nice little goatee, but I mean, I feel like it looks just like the actor. I think it looks really good. Then going down to his suit, got tons of nicely sculpted detail. You can tell this is a new body mold for Falcon, which looks great. But I love all that body armor detail, all the nice sculpted work, all the lining, rivets. Looks really good. And it's got kind of more of a maroon red here, and then it's got some, you can see a little bit of the red paint kind of on his shoulder there. but it's got kind of more of a gunmetal look on the pad here, and it's got the nice red outlining, but you can see more of those rivets. Looks really good. This wrist here, you got some little machinery there. This one's on this side. But it looks, I think it looks really cool. On his back, they even gave it some good detailing. No paint detail, but nice sculpt. And coming down his front of his pants, he's got the nice belt, the silver paint apps on the buckles, got nice little pouches. Got kind of a flat butt. Looks really cool. I like all the way his little combat pants look. And then coming down, it's pretty plain now. This is kind of where I wish they would have given it a little more detail here. It's just basically the black paint here, and then I believe that it's molded in the gray plastic, but you can see all the detailing of the shin guards. But I kind of wish maybe they kind of gave it some texturing, kind of like the shoulders up here to kind of make it stand out, but it's just kind of that gray plastic. And coming down the boots, it's that same gray plastic, just with a little red on the buckles there. And it's got some kind of texture at the bottom here. But you can see some little boosters here, but see, it could have done, you know, that would have been nice if they could have. All right, so we're going to go over the articulation of Falcon. His head looks up. There we go. Pretty decent. I just want to see how far I can get it. So you can kind of get him up about that far, which is pretty good. For, you know, I would like to go back a little bit more. Yeah, you can kind of just rest it, but it looks kind of funky with his neck doing that. But I mean, it's okay. Not okay. I think it. See, with these pushed on all the way. There we go. It's not too bad. But see, if you're, I guess if he's coasting like that, you can kind of be like looking down at people. But his head looks down very far. Almost tuck his chin into his jacket. Nice and tight. Looks left and right. Now kind of rock. Got a little loose now for me playing with it just like that. It seems like. Yikes. Oops. Oh well. So you got ball joints in the shoulders, but they kind of rub right there because of the armor. So I probably won't be pushing on that too much. I don't get a paint rub. Moves back and forth. He's got an upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He's got wrist rotation, also a hinge at the wrist. He's got a nice, decent, okay ab crunch, not the best. And then it's just because the sculpt crunches back, so you can kind of get him. Yeah, you can probably give him some good flying poses. He's got a waist swivel. You can kick forward about that much and spread about that much. It's got an upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. No boot rotation. That's too bad. Ankles move down, they move up, and he's got a nice ankle rocker and peggle at the bottom of his feet. All right, I'll show you guys how tall. Oh, and yeah, I'll show you guys how tall Falcon is. All right, guys, so I actually forgot. I wanted to show you guys some weapons. He does not come with any weapons. That's one thing that's kind of a bummer because we're always used to him having these little machine guns. So these are the machine guns from Agent Venom. So you can kind of see he definitely has trigger fingers. I know these weren't the actual guns he had in the movie, but those fit good. And the same thing with these. These are just the handguns from Agent Venom here. So he holds the handguns well too. You can definitely have, you know, some options. Then let's try this. This is the handgun from Epic Heroes Punisher. Not very good. The trigger's just too gloppy with paint, and there's not really much room for a trigger finger. So I'd say either one of these I think looks good. Probably the handgun more to me, just because this thing looks kind of, I don't know, an Uzi or, you know, a little submachine gun. Even though that's what he used, it just, that's not the right one. So it stands out to me. I feel like a handgun. I don't know. But he does hold weapons. So if you guys have extra weapons around, it's definitely good to go ahead and stick them in his hands. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how tall Falcon is. So he stands a little over 6 inches. Almost 6.5, not quite, but almost there. And then I'll show you guys him next to the comic Falcon from Mojo series. This is the variant. I do not have the non-variant. So, which is kind of good, in a way, a good comparison because the variant has the bigger wings. So you can kind of see these He's definitely taller than the Mojo series Falcon. And then with the wings on, let's see, the wings on, he's definitely got a bigger wingspan. We'll do a quick measurement of the wings. So the wings are around a little past, there we go, resting at a little past 11 inches, whereas the Toy Biz one's around 10. So it's about a little over an inch wider wingspan, but overall I think it's cool having these guys together. You got the both comic now and movie version. I love this variant Falcon. Very cool. But, oh, and Red Wing. Here's the comic Red Wing. What a difference, right? Look at the actual bird and a drone. But, all right, guys. So there you go. That's my review on the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Falcon. I think he's worth picking up, especially if you're a big fan of the movie figures. I think he's awesome. I really do like this figure a lot. But there you go. He should be pretty easy. My Walmart had about 5 of each. And from what I've seen on Facebook, he's hitting every store. So just be patient. You'll get them. But there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.